Hey everybody, this is Mike Dalco, the CEO, Continuously Empowering Others, coming to you with a message today that I'm very excited about. Been wanting to do this video for a while, just tried to find the inspiration, the right time to unleash this information to you. And this is called the 3 phases of your network marketing business. The first thing I want to do is talk to you about the name, network marketing. You know, over the years, people have begun to give this industry a different name. Referral marketing, direct sales, networking, but they don't want to say network marketing. And that's okay. I get the idea that you want to stay away from the stigma that the industry can sometimes project. Let me share something with you. Whatever you call it, this industry generates $180+ billion per year for its affiliates. So please understand that every business model in the world uses some form of network marketing to expose their products, goods, and services to the world. Whether it's the professional sports or Hollywood or whatever it is, any restaurant, they use some form of network marketing. Well, why do you say that? Because whether it's print media, TV, or radio, the radio station is a network. TV is network. You know, print media, it's network. It's a distribution network in order to market their product, good, or service. So everything is network marketing if it's business. And because what you want to do is you want to leverage your ability to expand your message through multiple outlets, and that's networking. So networking is a $180 billion a year industry. People sitting at home, just like I'm doing now, making fortunes from the privacy of their own home. So don't be afraid of the moniker. Don't be afraid of network marketing. The second thing I want to say is I want to expose the 3 phases. Now, there are probably more phases than 3, but I see 3 primary phases of your networking business. Number 1, the launch phase. The launch. Oh my gosh. What can I say about the launch? It is the most difficult part. It's the most challenging part of your experience in this industry. It's because if you watch a rocket launch, 90% of that rocket's fuel is expended in the first phase, that launch phase. It's got to thrust through the atmosphere. It's got to thrust through gravity to get that rocket into its orbit phase. And so that gravity, I compare it to your family, your friends who call you crazy for trying to do that pyramid thing, that little get-rich-quick scheme. Oh, Mike, you're doing another one of those little get-rich-quick businesses. And you want to talk to them about it because you're convinced about it. You're convicted about it. You have passion about that new business. And you want to share it with the people you love. And sometimes those people will be your biggest critics. They'll tell you, you're stupid, you're crazy, I can't believe, not again. Oh no, Mike, are you serious? And yes, you're serious. You went to the meeting. You saw the presentation. Your heart started beating fast. Your palms started sweating. You may have started crying. You got it. And so now you want to convert those people and bring them into the fold and make them understand how powerful it is. And sometimes they will try to steal your dream, the launch. And you get that business and it's making $50 a month. You were working so hard for 90 days and you got that thing to $250 a month. And you even start to doubt yourself in the launch phase. And man, you're talking to people and they're telling you no. You're trying to pick your cell phone up and make a call and that phone weighs a ton. And you write your list and you're now second guessing, should I call Dr. Jones? Man, it's difficult. I know. That first phase, you might talk to 300 people and only sponsor 30. It's difficult. That's the challenge. That launch is where most people, they don't have the heart to keep going because they expected it to go faster. And it starts to drag. You know, it took me 103 days to launch my business to a place where I could replace my full-time income, and I was a mortgage banker managing 3 branches. But some people, it might take you 3 years in that launch phase. But trust me, it will be worth it. Because if you can ever get it to launch where it's paying you consistently week after week, a full-time income, you go into phase 2. Phase 2 is just as challenging because you're dealing with a lot of people, helping them launch. You become the leader. You go from the launch to the leader. Now, I'm not saying go into management. Never become a manager in your networking business. What do I mean by that? You sponsor 3 or 4 people and now you're trying to manage them to success. You're trying to help them. You're trying to coach them and develop them, and you stop recruiting yourself. Now come on guys, why y'all not doing nothing? What's wrong with y'all? You're looking at your team wondering why they're not doing what you did. Why you don't have your 4? Why you don't have your 10? Why you don't have your 30? You're managing your team. Instead of staying in the launch phase mentally, where you're always recruiting, bringing in new people, new prospects, adding new people to the funnel, creating more spillover for your team, rather than staying in that phase mentally, now you're in this phase of managing. Hey, I got mine. I'm the boss. See, in this industry, it's so incredible that now you're leading people, but you're not the boss. You can't tell anybody what to do. Boy, if we could make people do stuff in this industry, all of us would be millionaires in a matter of weeks. But you can't. You've got to be patient to let them grow. I love what my senior partner, Mr. Ty Best, says. Give yourself time to succeed, and then give your team time to succeed. You started sponsoring people, you launched your business, and now you're trying to watch other people on your team launch. And that's when you become the leader, not the manager. You're not making calls, you're receiving calls. They're calling you, they're demanding of your time. And you're trying to still build and launch, and you're still trying to talk to more people. You're staying in launch phase mentally, but your business is growing so rapidly until the people on your team need you now. You're the leader. They force you into leadership. And you've got to be ready. So you've got to be reading books, listening to positive audio, looking at your senior partners, the people ahead of you, and watching what they're doing. You've got to improve yourself. You've got to learn how to have diplomacy. You've got to learn how to weed out things that hurt your business, like talking about politics or talking about religion or talking about ethnicity. You've got to become well-rounded. You've got to learn how to accept people for who they are. You've got to be a leader. You've got to learn some more people skills. You've got to learn how not to argue and be quarrelsome with your team members and other people around you, sidelined from you. You've got to learn how to be a team player. You've got to learn how to go to the live events and sit in the meeting. Don't sit outside now because you've launched. You've got to be in the meeting, clapping for all the highlights, laughing at all the jokes you've heard before. You've got to be a leader. You've got to be on all the conference calls. You've got to send text messages to your team while you're still launching, staying in launch phase, phase 1. You got to stay in phase 1 for the rest of your life, even though you're going to go through the other phases. You got to be a leader, an extreme leader, a leader that never gives up, a leader that's always there, answering the phone, answering questions, doing 3-ways. It's challenging, but you got to progress to the leader, matriculating into the culture of networking. Being at the live functions, sacrificing for your team while still recruiting new people, the leader phase. And then phase 3, if you can maximize that leader phase, oh my gosh, phase 3 blows me away. I love this phase. And I saw this happen firsthand with one of our senior partners, Ms. Cheryl Gober in Karatbars International. Phase 3, the third L, the launch, the leader, and here it is, the legend. You fall into the legend category. The legend, what is the legend? It's when you've launched your business and you've helped other people launch their business and they've become leaders, and now you're just a legend. People hear about you. They wonder if you really exist. You're such a legend until your leaders don't even call you anymore. They don't even need you anymore. You're a legend. But guess what? Cheryl Ann picked up the phone and called me. I saw her number and I was like, Cheryl Ann Gober. Oh my gosh. Did I do something wrong? She called me and she said, Mike, this is Cheryl Ann. And I said, Cheryl Ann Gober? Yeah, this is me. She said, I want to come to your Let's Go weekend in Atlanta. And I was like, what? You want to? She said, yeah, I've been waiting on you to call. You're a legend. 300 and some thousand affiliates on her team. And she's calling me now because she wants to come to my event. See, when you're a legend, people don't even want to bother you anymore. They don't even want to call you. They know you're so busy that they don't even want to call you. And typically, you're probably not even busy. Mr. Ty Best, he's a legend. He told me, he said, Mike, you got to tone down the edification on me, man. He said, people scared to call me. So look, you can enjoy that. And as a legend, see, in Ty Best's mind, in Charlene Gobert's mind, they're still in launch phase. They're still launching their business, even though it's already launched. They don't see themselves necessarily as a leader because they have the people skills necessary to not be so full of themselves. They're still humble. They're still available. But they've reached legendary status. And now they've launched leaders, and their leaders are answering the questions, so much so till people don't even call you. And the legend phase makes the launch phase and the leader phase worth it. The launch, the leader, the legend. And folks, you're going to experience all three. All you've got to do is stay focused. Now, do I know it all? No, I don't know it all, but I know enough to know that this industry is designed with you in mind. It's the last bastion of the free enterprise system. It is the true industry that will make you a superstar in spite of everything you failed at in the past. Embrace it. Embrace this industry with everything in you. Give it your A game. Give it all you've got. Don't run for 90 days and just because you don't hit your goals, you're giving up and you're running on to something else. Find that business that makes your blood boil. And then wrap your hands around it. Start reaching out, finding other dreamers, and bring them into the fold. Teach them how to enjoy and understand this beautiful culture called network marketing. It will change your life forever. I hope something I've said here has empowered you. That's my goal. That's what CEO is all about, continuously empowering others. I've made that my life mission. I'm reading books. I'm listening to audios. I'm listening to my senior partners, people who have blazed this trail before me. I'm trying to learn everything they know so I can share it with the next generation of dynamic networkers. You guys go and have a phenomenal day. Make today amazing. It's the best day that you've ever had. And so I declare that this is going to be the first day of the best days of the rest of your life. And we'll see you on the next video.